Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 745. I did not move my camera, but I had to raise my camera on Friday morning because my hair was sticking off screen. Well, it's all just, look at this. Look at this, hair everywhere. I need to get a haircut. I was going to get one last week. So it's going to be a hat day for the next couple mornings. I'll probably get a haircut tomorrow afternoon. So good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 745. Recap of the weekend. We will recap the Club 400 Christmas party, which was Friday night. So that's why I was not live Saturday morning. I was imbibed. I was a little tired on Saturday morning. I had a lot of adult beverages, not spotted cows though. I was drinking a lot of Club 400 lager from Crystal Lake Brewing. Club 400 has their own beer. It's Club 400 lager from Crystal Lake Brewing. It's you can find it in stores. It's only distributed in like the suburbs, Chicago and the suburbs. So you can find it in the suburbs of Chicago. I would have to drive quite a ways to get it. In secret, I don't know if I've shared this with anyone other than my buddy Dave, who I roomed with on Friday after the party. I'm really not a big fan of Club 400. Like, it's good. I'll drink it, but it's not my favorite. I'd prefer Bud Light, but the options were Club 400 or Miller Lite, and I don't do Miller Lite. So I went with Club 400. I told Dave, I'm like, it's not bad. It's just, it always gives me a headache the next day. But maybe it's because I drink too many of them. Maybe that's why they give me a headache. So, good morning, Rich. Hit the like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yep, we're gonna be alcohol free for several more days as I recover. Victor, good morning to you. Jenny is with us. Herman is here. What is up? We've got the couch people in the house. So what else? We'll talk Club 400. So I don't know if any. I hate this double authentication with Twitter. For some reason, my computer booted right up, but like it reset everything. So I have to go back in. I have to sign into everything. Now all of these websites want double authentication and the text. Like, that's the most Twitter. Come on, Elon, change this up. Elon and Twitter, they want double authentication or whatever that's called, and they'll text you a code. Well, this code, it took 7 minutes, which isn't too bad. There's been times where it's been 30 to 40 minutes. It's like, well, by that time, I don't want to sign into Twitter. I'll just do it from my phone, which I did. I shared the link to this video from my phone. Usually I do it straight from the YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, I have a question. We have some more people in the house. I have a question if anybody knows YouTube. Boston Smoke, what's happening? Harlan in the house. What's up, Harlan? Herman says, sorting through my Braves binders, trying to fill in some of the holes. Very nice. Christian is here. Paul, good morning. Jenny says, what are you talking about? You don't just stay signed in on Twitter on your computer. Yeah, I do. But for some reason, my computer, like, when it restarts, like, it wipes all of the passwords out. But Google saves my passwords. So most websites, I can just like click, boom, you're in. But some sites now, YouTube, Twitter, require double authentication. So when I sign in, it's less annoying because it populates and I just click sign in. But then Twitter's like, we're going to send you a code to make sure it's you. And then it takes a half an hour for them to text the code. Victor's going to be sorting some Cubs cards. Jenny says, weird, my computer doesn't have me verify anything on Twitter. Yeah, and this is just like a new, like within the last month or two. Yeah, there's got to be a setting somewhere in my computer. I don't know. Some update happened and I'm sure I clicked on the wrong thing. Richard Weideman, good morning to you. Matt is with us, Royals 417. Good morning, go Wildcats, Big 12 champions. That was a heck of a game, Matt. Clark is here. I didn't watch any college football yesterday. I saw Michigan Purdue start. Had it been in game, I probably would have watched a little bit of it. But it was like the coin toss, and it's like, it's Michigan Purdue. Michigan's going to blow them out. I don't even know. Did Michigan blow out Purdue last night? I did not. I ended up watching. My wife was upstairs. When I went upstairs, my wife was on the couch. And so I'm not a recliner guy. I'm a couch person. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go downstairs. And she was watching like something that I had zero interest in. So I came downstairs and watched. I ended up watching Vacation, the new Vacation movie with whatever that guy's name is. Michigan beat Purdue 43-22. All right. Rich says just another reason to despise Elon Musk. Elon's a weird dude. So I watched Vacation. I did watch the Badger basketball game yesterday, which was very entertaining. Went overtime, beat Marquette. Love it when we beat Marquette. So that was a fun game to watch as well. So what else did I do? I didn't. I actually usually when I'm like tired / hungover, I just kind of stay out of the basement and just recoup. But I wanted to get ahead of shipping. I was caught up on shipping on Friday, even added a few hundred cards into the eBay store on Friday before I left. Got caught up on shipping. Of course, a lot of what I added Thursday night and Friday was Topps Heritage Miners that I needed to get into my store. I had a lot of offers. Thank you, Card Dealer Pro, getting the offers accepted, which is a huge, got the hiccups, a huge help. And people say, well, why do you want offers? Because you'll just get low balls. And it's a double-edged sword. So I want accepted offers. Now I'm sitting on like 15 offers that I haven't because they're from a single buyer that is offering like $1.25 on a single card, which it depends. If I'm behind on shipping, I'm not going to accept that offer. It's like, I'm just going to take full price. But if I'm all caught up, or if it's Wednesday and I see my account keep dropping throughout the day from all the postage, standard envelope postage being taken out, then it's like, yeah, $1.25, accept. Get that boost, get that money boost back in. But if I'm sitting on 150 items to ship and I want to add more cards in, I'm less likely to accept those $1.25, $1.30 offers. Basically, if it's $1.35 and up, I'll accept it. But anything below that, for just a single transaction, I'm not going to. What I have accepted offers for, it's like, well, why? And so I hear a lot of complaints on Twitter. Well, why are you nickel and diming over? I declined an offer over 5 cents because it's a single offer and I have enough to ship. So I'm going to decline it. And when they countered and they're like, it's 5 cents, bro, automatic decline. So, the reason I have it in there, well, why do they even, if you're going to have accepted offers and you're not going to take 15 cents off $1.50 or 10 cents or 20 cents off $1.50, why even have offers open? Well, it's because I'm trying to gain volume sales. So if I have 10 Topps Heritage Minor League Anthony Volpe cards, they're $1.50, free shipping. But if somebody says, I'll give you $1 for all 10, yes, I will take that deal. And so that's why I have offers open. Or if there's 40 different cards in my eBay store, yes, you'll get 25% off at regular price, but that brings it down to what, $1.13 a card, I think. But I'll take 99 cents off, 99 cents per card. So you're getting it now for an extra 14 cents off per card times 40. is what, $5 about? So you're saving $5. So it's additional savings. So that's why I have my offers open. And I get the frustration sometimes when people are like, "Oh my God, you're declining over 5 cents." Well, it's like, yeah, this is my price. It's listed for $1.50. If you're only going to buy one card, my price is $1.40. If you catch me in a good mood, I'll take $1.35. And if it's Wednesday, I might even take $1.25 or $1.30. So that's kind of how I roll. It's not like black and white. It's the world is gray. I think I really learned that working in logistics. It's like, well, this problem happens. We need to have a solution. It's like, well, there is a solution, but it's not going to be the same solution as a similar problem that happened yesterday or last week. Every transaction is different, more so in the logistics world than selling baseball cards, but very similar in the aspect that, I may take, if I know you, I will probably give you a better deal. But if you're going to call me bro and complain about 5 cents, remember, I may be countering back over 5 cents, but you're complaining about it. So we're both complaining about 5 cents. So enough of that. Zach says, morning, $1.25, please. Name the comedy CD from the mid-90s. I know it, and I'm just trying to get, because oh my God, because I'm confusing it with a TV show. Am I on the right track? There was a TV show from Comedy Central that I'm confusing it with. What, like the Sharky Boys? The Jerky Boys. Was it the Jerky Boys? I'm confusing it with Crank Yankers. I'm confusing it with Crank Yankers from Comedy Central. But the Jerky Boys. Oh no, SNL alum. $1.25, please. Well, it's got to be Adam Sandler. Mid-90s comedy CD. That was like my soundtrack to 7th grade. Toll Booth. Oh, Toll Booth Willie. Toll Booth Willie. So yeah, I guess it is Adam Sandler. He was Toll Booth Willie. $1.25, please. What was that CD? What the Hell Happened to Me? I need to go back, and I wonder if that's on Spotify. That was like the soundtrack to my, I think it was 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade. What the Hell Happened to Me? Adam Sandler. That CD was like me and my nephew. If you've heard my family stories, they're all gonna laugh at you. That's what it was. Was What the Hell Happened to Me his follow-up? But if you've heard my family stories, my family tree is a forest. So I have a nephew who's like 6 weeks younger than me. So we basically grew up like brothers/cousins. We could have been we could have been brothers and cousins. Who knows? I am from Kentucky. Well, my family's from Kentucky. Shout out to my brothers and sisters in Kentucky. So my nephew was, him and I we were very tight in junior high. We're very close, good friends in junior high. Then we kind of we just kind of went our separate ways. He now lives in Mississippi. So that was like the soundtrack to our youth, in junior high. Rich says, brother and cousin, Arkansas calling. Kentucky. We are, the Thompsons are from, Kentucky. Brother cousins, and they make fun of us West Virginians. So, man, I'm glad Zach brought that up. Zach also brought up that he had a very 1989 night, which I'm very jealous of. And the funny thing is he brought up pizza. And I also had in my Cubs chat yesterday, my Cubs Twitter chat group, we were also talking about pizza. A very in-depth conversation on pizzas, which all stemmed from somebody had posted the Allen and Ginter famous rivals card of New York style versus Chicago style. So it brought up a great debate within the chat. there was at least one of the guys in the chat lives in Chicago and despises deep dish pizza. And that's something I've picked up, is that a lot of like Chicagoans don't like deep dish pizza because Chicago style is essentially tavern style, which is much different than deep dish. But it's us outsiders that a lot of people think I'm from Chicago or I live in Chicago. None of the above. About as far from Chicago as you can get in all aspects. But it's like us tourists to Chicago. We're weekend warriors to Chicago, and we love our deep dish pizza. Guilty. I will freely admit that. I am an outsider that loves deep dish pizza, but I also love tavern style pizza. I'm not going to hate on tavern style, but the tavern style folks seem to hate on deep dish, and they call it a casserole or lasagna, which, hey, it's pizza. And Rich mentions it. And Rich, I actually said that in the same chat. I said, I don't care what it is. I'm not a fan of New York style pizza, but I'm going to eat the hell out of it. It's pizza. All pizza is great. It's really hard to make a bad pizza. And I mentioned I will even eat pineapple. Pineapples on pizza is perfectly fine with me. I will eat pineapple pizza and enjoy it. Zach and Porter says White Sox fans don't do deep dish. Chicago style is what they eat, judging by White Sox Twitter. They mock the deep dish lore. That's what I get. And it seems that it doesn't seem to go both ways. Like the tavern style contingent mocks the deep dish, but the deep dish lovers don't give a damn about the tavern style. Like we will. I think if you eat deep dish, you just love pizza no matter what. I will eat the shit out of tavern style pizza. Pardon my dirty mouth. But I love pizza. All of it. Herman says best pizza ever made is Little Caesars brisket pizza. Now, this is the second point that I wanted to make about my own personal takes on pizza. Because Zach mentioned Domino's pizza. And I hated Domino's pizza for a period of time. Why? And it wasn't because Domino's pizza is bad. It's because when I worked in radio, we would have weekly staff meetings that was like fully furnished by Domino's Pizza. We had, and if you've ever worked, Zach's worked in radio. I know Rich knows radio. You know, radio's all about the trade value on, hey, Domino's, give us $100 in pizza for a month and we'll give you X amount of commercial time. You can sponsor Cooking with Bo, and you provide our staff meeting pizzas 4 days a week, 4 days a month. I'd really hate Domino's if it was 4 days a week. And radio guys also love not only to eat, but also to love to eat free food, especially when you're 23, poor, and hungry. So I ate Domino's pizza like 3 days a week because we had so much damn Domino's pizza at our staff meetings. There were leftovers for days, even with a bunch of hungry ass poor radio people. So I'd eat at the staff meeting. I'd take it home and have it for dinner. I'd have it for lunch the next day and probably for dinner the following day. I just ate so much damn Domino's pizza, I began to hate it. And when I tasted another pizza, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. So that's why I had a disdain for Domino's pizza. But I kind of turned back and I'm like, Domino's pizza is not bad. Because Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports came to Madison a few years ago, when Michigan played Wisconsin in football, back when Wisconsin was pretty good. And so Barstool was in town, and Portnoy did some of his pizza reviews at local pizza joints here in Madison. So me and a couple coworkers are Barstool fans and pizza fans. One of my coworkers happened to be a manager with a company corporate credit card that he could pay for the pizza every week. So we would have pizza reviews. We even made a spreadsheet. I should get the spreadsheet. We went on. I think we went on a point system. I think we did it the same as Portnoy. We did the 6.7, 7.9 stuff like that. So we would get, and it was all like west. So like some of the really good Madison pizza places are downtown and near East Side. West Side is mostly chains, some mom and pops, but mostly chains. So I think Jets actually was the number one pizza place. And again, this doesn't include like Sal's, which is probably my favorite Madison pizza place. Sal's, and there's one other one. It's right on the square, right on the corner. The hell's it's? They have good pizza, and I think those were the two that Portnoy ranked the highest in Madison. And I think they might have tied. So we had Jets as, I think, cumulatively Jets was number one. What was number two? It might have been Rosati's, which Rosati's is kind of like they're like the Chicago style for like non-Chicagoans. Like, hey, we're gonna have Chicago style pizza tonight at Rosati's, which it's a take. It's kind of like an Italian restaurant in America. It's not truly Italian. It may be owned by Italians, but it's not unless I didn't know. I'm like, oh, it's an Italian. Oh, Olive Garden. It's an authentic Italian experience. No, even authentic Italian. And it's not like I have too many to compare, but the real thing in Italy, not even close to like the most authentic that I've experienced in America. I digress. So Jets, Rosati's, I think were the top in Madison. Oh, but I talk about this because of Domino's. Domino's was surprisingly good. So was another pizza place that I hated. I don't know why, but I hated Little Caesars. And we had Little Caesars, and it was like pretty high on the rankings. Again, these are a lot of chains we were ranking. I don't have access to the spreadsheet, but it was Rosati's, Jets, Domino's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, the Mod Pizza, which actually ranked one of the worst. One of the regional. It's not like a true chain that it's nationwide. It's like a Wisconsin chain. Rocky Rococo's ranked. It was, I think, the first and only time I've actually had Rocky Rococo's. Glass Nickel, which is that's like a local, and it ranked okay. And then there was one other local pizza place that ranked pretty high. Anyway, that's my pizza talk for the morning. Speaking before I get back to the chat, I did have pizza yesterday. Guess what? Of course, Casey's General Store, gas station, breakfast pizza. Oh my God, I had 2 slices. I could have probably ate a whole pizza. As long as I don't like the bacon on the Casey's breakfast pizza. I know that's sacrilege to some people. How can you not like bacon? But I like all pizza. I will eat pineapple on pizza. I do not like bacon nor onions on my pizza. Bacon and onions on a burger. Hell yeah. Give me that bacon. Give me that onion on a burger. Not on my pizza. I'll put pineapple on it. Actually, I love pineapple burgers. Put a big pineapple, juicy pineapple ring on a nice hunk of meat between 2 buns, and that's all the topping I need is a nice juicy pineapple. I like pineapple. Okay, so let's go back into the chat. Let's see. Where we at? Herman says, that's where we, Little Caesars. Low Roller Scratcher, good to see you. He'll eat chocolate pizza. And I think doesn't Domino's have either a chocolate or they have like a dessert pizza? Let's see. Rich says pizza and food chat and some drink chat always makes my heart swell with pride when this chat is about the topics it should be about. Clark says, I don't fruit my pizza and I don't fruit my beer. I do draw the line at fruity beer, although in some instances on a hot summer day, I don't like too fruity because it does give me like indigestion. But like basically like lemon shandy, like summer shandy, that's about as fruity as I go with beer. I don't like fruit beer, but I'll put fruit on a pizza. Have you ever had fruit pizza? Oh my gosh. That's the best. But it's not like it's not like a traditional like pizza with pizza sauce and mushrooms and sausage and pepperoni. It's just all fruit with like a layer of maybe cream cheese or something else. Maybe some Cool Whip. Rich says, as part of their buffets, and so did Mr. Gotti Pizza when it existed here in DFW. CC's Pizza Buffet has dessert pizza. Rich, I thought Coco's was just around here. CC's. I think CC's is nationwide. Let's see. Porter likes Domino's because that is what the school used to get at discount. They have greatly improved. And yeah, my Domino's pizza experience was back in almost 20 years ago. Like 2003 to 2007 was when I was consuming vast amounts of Domino's pizza in radio station staff meetings. Rich says, also in radio, remember, outside of the major metropolitan areas, radio people don't get much money. I can attest to that. I think Zach can attest to that. Small market radio is when I went to work at the radio or at the university, when I met with the athletic director and we were talking, we got to the money talk and he asked, and it was pretty I don't know if you can actually ask these questions in like a true, what are you making at your previous job? Maybe you can, I don't know. But he asked, I told him, and he goes, how can you live on that? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm cheap. And I mean, to be frank, Macomb, Illinois is a pretty cheap place to live. So I was able to get by on my radio. You don't do it for the money. That's for sure. Zach says free food is blessing for any radio folks because of the smaller pay, not just the town. Absolutely. Minneapolis Kid, what's up? A Minneapolis DJ, the common man in the 70s, was boozing hard and lived in the break room at his station. They had a microwave with a dial timer that was broken, and one night threw the pizza in and passed out, and the microwave ran for like 6 hours and melted down. That's amazing. Matt grew up on Pizza Hut. Now it's been probably 10 years since I've been to one. So Matt, that's kind of how I was with, in a way, Pizza Hut, but mostly Casey's gas station pizza. I probably went, 15 years without having Casey's pizza. And actually there's probably some times in that period, but I mean, when growing up for me, and I grew up in a really small town, like that didn't have a pizza place. We had to drive to town to get our pizza. I mean, the nearest like Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Domino's was 15 miles away. And it's not like a city where 15 miles is filled with stoplights. It's 15 miles of cornfields. So it was a treat to get like Pizza Hut. Like that was a rarity, Pizza Hut. Well, it was less rare during my grade school days because we had the Book It. Was it Book It? And we get those personal pan pizzas. Holy moly. Like that's the nostalgia, man. Give me a personal pan or a pan style Pizza Hut. Love it. In fact, I just ordered Pizza Hut last week. I had a pan style, just sausage and mushroom, and it was fantastic. But I was the same way. Like I grew up on Casey's pizza, and then I moved to like the city of Macomb where we had Domino's and Pizza Hut and Papa John's and Godfather's and several pizza places, Larry's, Aurelio's, Vitali's. Like we had all of these pizza places. And so Casey's like, I'm not going to go to a gas station when I can get all these. But for some reason, nostalgia struck me. And now I'm like on a Casey's for the last like 5 years. I've been like, screw these local places. I want Casey's gas station pizza because it takes me back. Let's see. Rich says the pizza place in my hometown was terrible growing up. There are a couple of hole-in-the-wall Italian places around here who have awesome New York style pizza. Let's see. Where are we at? Herman says, Matt, Pizza Hut's me melts are awesome. Digression on food chat is always enjoyed. I have pizza from my local joint, but will order from Giordano's and Lou Malnati's. Just love those. Love Giordano's, love Lou Malnati's. For a time, I was team Giordano's. And I was like, oh no, Giordano's is way better. No, it's not. They're like the same. So I enjoy them equally. Lou Malnati's and Giordano's, the pizza's basically the same. That'll probably really ruffle some feathers with one team or another, Giordano's and Malnati's. Matt says, now it's all about Casey's. Herman says, a while back we had a family move down to our town, opened a pizza joint called Buck's Pizza. They almost put Pizza Hut and Domino's out of business. Zach and Porter says, I will tolerate zero Rocky Rococo's slander. No, Rocky Rococo's was good. I've only had it once for our pizza review, and I actually enjoyed it. My other two coworkers were like, it's just Rocky's. But they've probably, like, they grew up around here and probably went to Rocky Rococo's for birthday parties 7 times a year and now they're taking their children to Rocky's for birthday parties. So they probably have the same feeling about Rocky Rococo's as I do about Domino's Pizza. It's just, oh my God, I've had it for so long. I'm tired of it. Let's see. Herman says they were from New York. Minneapolis Kid asks about Pizza Ranch. Yes. I don't know if there's one. Actually, I think there is one there might be only one in Madison. I know it's big in Iowa. There was one in. Oh, hey, there's one in Verona, which is where I essentially live. Pizza Ranch. Yeah, it looks like we have quite a few around here. Looks like there's one in Verona, which is the address. I don't live in Verona, but I have a Verona address. There's one in Sun Prairie. There's one in Baraboo. So I guess there's basically 2 in Madison. They're about as northeast as you can get and be considered Madison metropolitan, and as far as it gets, which is Verona. So yeah, we do have a lot of branches. We always went to I had stopped at one in, I think, Morton. I'm looking at the map here. Yeah, Morton, Illinois, which is just outside of Peoria. We would stop there like during Christmas tournaments in Bloomington Normal. But I think that might have been from where I was in Macomb. I think Morton over on the other side of Peoria was the closest Pizza Ranch. And then we would stop at Pizza Ranches in Iowa when I worked at Western, when we drive up to like Cedar Falls or where else? Maybe Sioux Falls. We played Iowa State. I think we might have stopped at Pizza Ranch on our way to Ames. Let's see. Zach is driving, done with the chat. Enjoy the day. Good luck if you're digging through dime boxes. Good luck. Want to see those cards. Harlan says New York style is best in my opinion, but rarely have I had pizza too bad to eat. And that's how I am. Like, do I have a preference? Absolutely. And I think we all do. But is one really better than the other? No, they're all equally delicious. Pizza is pizza, and it's damn good. Matt says, now my favorite is a New York chain, Grimaldi's. Let's see. Rich has one close to your office. I've never had that, but I've never been to New York. It's on Boston's also on my bucket list. Big Harv, what's up? All these pizza places are foreign to those of us on the West Coast. Yeah, it's like this is what's strange to me. The West Coast is like a foreign country when it comes to chain restaurants. Like, it's like Midwest and East Coast, like, and even Texas and Colorado all have, but once you get to like Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, California, Oregon, Washington, it's like a completely different world. Like like, what the hell burger joint is that? It looks like a fast food restaurant, but it is, but I've never seen one of those. The West Coast is like entirely different when it comes to chains as the rest of the country. It's amazing. It's also a bit depressing because there's some really good West Coast fast food joints that I wish we had here in the Midwest. Harlan says, speaking of children's birthdays, Chuck E. Cheese pizza may be the worst pizza ever. I definitely co-sign. I agree. When I say there's no bad pizza, I guess there's an exception. Chuck E. Cheese is the exception. There are bad pizzas out there, and Chuck E. Cheese may take the cake, or I guess pie in this instance. Chuck E. Cheese, yes, completely 100% agree, is terrible. Let's see. Herman says, but you don't go to Chuck E. Cheese for the pizza. That is true. Fall Creek Collectibles. Dude, you have Pizza Pit in Madison. That's some pretty good stuff for a regional chain. I did fail to mention, yes, Pizza Pit. That was like my first pizza introduction to Madison. Like the first pizza place that I ate was Pizza Pit Extreme. And their deep dish was really good. I had some issues. I stopped ordering from them because I had issues. One time the pizza delivery came and it was like I opened the box. They didn't put like that thing in. So like the box was full of cheese. And then another time they forgot my order. And of course it's not quick to order deep dish pizza. So I just had to like cancel my order and go to McDonald's or something. But I had several issues with the location on Odana Road in Madison with Pizza Pit Extreme. So I haven't, and I'm stubborn. Like my dad, my sister, like back in her younger days when I was a kid, was like a manager or assistant manager at a Menards. And my dad ordered one of those storage shed, those like small storage sheds that you put in your backyard. He ordered one from Menards and somehow it got screwed up. My dad was so pissed off at Menards, he like boycotted. And my dad, before the boycott, would go to Menards like 4 days a week because he was, that was his, like he built things and like that was his LCS. That was his local card shop, Menards, and Farm and Fleet. So he was so pissed off at Menards that he never went back. And my sister was the manager at that store. And, she would say, Dad, I'm sorry, like blah, 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 blah. I did, nope. And he was very staunch in his ways. And I'm the same way when it comes to Pizza Pit. It's like, nope, you screwed up my order 5 years ago. Never going back. Let's see. Rich says Grimaldi's may be a 50-foot walk from my office. I have to cross the street and walk like 10 steps. Not bad. Let's see. Big Harv says there's only one chain that matters, In-N-Out. I've only had In-N-Out once when I was at spring training a couple years ago. It was good. Like it wasn't earth-shattering, mind-blowing. It was okay. It was good. Like it was okay. How'd you do at the card show today? I did okay. That's In-N-Out. It's okay. It's fast food. It's okay. Let's see. Matt says there are a couple in the Phoenix area, including Scottsdale. Check it out when you head to spring training. I will do that. There's one that Micah, he's a dystemic in the chat sometimes. And he recommended a place in Mesa. It's a pizza, which I went to. It was very good. I will go back this next spring. Let's see. Rich says, I like the salad bar at Chuck E. Cheese. Keep buying Little Caesars so the Tigers can afford better players. Fall Creek says Culver's equals north versus Whataburger equals south. But that's probably a good, Culver's is it's like people love Culver's. I never had Culver's until when I was working in radio. Culver's was formed like nearby where I like just 10 minutes up the road in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Craig Culver and the Culver family. And it's really spread out, especially in the last 20 years. So 20 years ago, there were in central and western Illinois, there was only a couple Culver's restaurants. So the only one like nearby was Peoria. So I was doing play-by-play for the Bushnell Prairie City Spartans high school. And my color commentator, Tony, we go to Peoria. We play Peoria Heights, the Patriots. And after the game, that's another thing when you work in radio, you have like meal times are way like, and I was not a pregame eater. I was a post-game eater, which is probably why I gained a lot of weight, because I was eating from McDonald's, Culver's, and Taco Bell and gas station pizza while driving home at 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, Tony's like, have you ever heard Culver's? I'm like, no, what's that? And he's like, oh my God, it's like the greatest fast food ever. So we go in, we sit down, had some of the, what's it called? It's not ice cream. It's not gelato. It's custard. Oh my gosh. I'm probably going to go to Culver's today. Now that I think of, although it's really cold, I don't know if that custard will be good on a cold day. But that was my first, and that was probably 2004, 2005, Peoria Culver's. And now they're all over the place in this neck of the woods. Well, especially here in Wisconsin, but I'm in Illinois. They're all over the place. Jenny says, by the way, sidebar, y'all ready for the Couch People Christmas party? Hell yeah. I'll probably order pizza for the Couch People Christmas party. Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything for you. Like, hey, Christmas party, we're going to have pizza. Oh, I'm the only one that's going to be enjoying the pizza. But I don't know if I'm going to do Casey's or not. I might splurge and get like a local pizza. I don't know. It'll have to be delivery, and it's not going to be DiGiorno. So yeah, Couch People Christmas party sidebar this Saturday, 6 days away, Saturday, December 10th, which is next Saturday. We're going to go from about 4 p.m. Central to about 9 p.m. or maybe 10 p.m. Central time. Might be 10 p.m. if we have any West Coasters, because I know that's still kind of early for you, 7 p.m. So basically, what is it? And I think somebody asked, like, what is the Couch People? What are we going to do? Like, what's the plan? So basically the layout of the Couch People Christmas party, it's basically going to be like Hobby Evolution, but y'all are invited. Anybody watching can come on. There's only one rule. Don't be a dick. That's the only rule. So Couch People Christmas party, you can jump on. So it's going to be through StreamYard, and anybody is welcome to jump on. The link will be provided. We'll jump on. What I'm going to do, I won't be in here. I'll be in my rec room, probably spread out on the floor with all my boxes. And I've just basically, the reason I wanted to do this was basically I was just going to do like the genesis of the Couch People Christmas party idea was I've got all this unopened wax that I'd been sitting on in hopes that it would increase in value. And we all know what happened. It didn't. So it's like, it's worth the unopened wax is worth more to me opened now that it hasn't gone up in price. Case in point, my one hobby box of Bowman Chrome from last year, I think I paid $300 for it or $320. And I was hoping it might increase in value and I might be able to make a couple $100 flipping it. And guess what? Now I've seen it on sale online for like $240, $250. I've seen it at card shows, $260. And it's like, well, shoot, it's worth less now than what I paid for it. I'm going to rip it. I would rather rip a box and take my chances gambling on the contents than just outright taking a loss on wax, because it's a product I enjoy ripping. And that was one of my rules when I started buying some sealed wax. Like, Yes, I have some basketball and football, which I'm not really a basketball and football ripper. But sometimes on a Sunday afternoon during a football game, I like to rip football cards. And so that was kind of the idea. So the idea was, okay, I'm sitting on all this wax. It's not worth any more than what I paid for it. It's, in most cases, it might even be worth less. So I'm just going to rip it. And let's just do a stream, like a live stream where I just rip like for hours. And then it's like, well, why don't I do it on StreamYard and anybody else can jump on and rip their boxes? If they don't have anything to rip, they can just hang out, or you can be in the chat. It's just a wide open, fun time. So you can show off cards. If you went to a card show, went through some bargain boxes, show off what you picked up. Just talk. We can talk about pizza. Hell, we can talk about whatever we want. It's the Couch People Christmas Party. That's what we do around here. We just talk about whatever comes to the mind. It doesn't have to be about baseball cards. It doesn't have to be about vaults or fractionals. It can be about dime boxes and wax and pizza. So that's the Couch People Christmas Party. So basically, the only rule is don't be a dick. That's the only rule. You can jump on, you can chat, you can do whatever you want. You can rip wax, you can just talk, you can just be on camera and pipe in every once in a while. It's all invited. So that's how it's going to roll. And I'm aiming for like a 4 p.m. Central start and aiming for like a 9 p.m. end, but I might pop on at 3:30. Who knows? It just kind of depends how the day goes. It might be 4:30. You never know with my computer issues. I did buy a small tripod that I think I used when I opened a box of Heritage Miners last week. So I have plenty of wax that I probably won't even be able to rip all of the wax I have in a 6-hour period. I have my two additional cases of Heritage Miners came in. I did open 2 boxes last night, so I have 22 remaining. I think I still have 4 or 5 Heritage Miners boxes from last year. I've got 3 Topps Pro Debut Jumbo boxes. I've got 9 Bowman U football blasters. I've got 6 Bowman mega boxes from this year. I've got like 10 of Bowman mega boxes from last year, 10 of Bowman Chrome mega boxes, a Bowman Chrome hobby box. I've got some junk wax packs. I've got some non-sports packs. Maybe we'll throw some of those in. And this week I might pick something up as well. Oh, I think I've got a Topps update and Topps Archives blasters. So I've got plenty of stuff. It'll be a fun time. So hope you all can attend. So that's the Couch People Christmas Party this Saturday, December 10th. Rich says we have one Culver's I know of about 20 minutes from here. Oh, very nice. Whatever's across the street from my LCS. It's amazing how much they've branched out, because back 20 years ago, Culver's, like, they weren't even in Northern Illinois. Like, they were in, like, maybe Rockford might have had one. Peoria had one, but like now they're everywhere. Let's see. Rich says, Jenny, we need an official sponsor for the Couch People Christmas Party. Rich says, if you go to In-N-Out, order the fries, crispy or well done. I don't remember. Do they have like animal fries? Is that In-N-Out? Because I think that's what I went to In-N-Out and I posted it on Twitter, and somebody's like, you have to get the animal fries, if that's what it was. Oh, shoot. Somebody said, did we lose audio? He's back. Okay. It's back. Okay, good deal. So yeah, I think I had, if animal fries is In-N-Out, I think I had the animal fries. Let's see. Rich says, Jenny, if I had the power, I would do that. Maybe Steph or Angela could pull that off. Hopefully my audio is working okay. Fall Creek says, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I'd bet that there's a Culver's or Quick Trip grand opening today somewhere. Yes, you are absolutely right. There was a meme going around a few months ago. There was a Quick Trip grand opening somewhere here in Wisconsin, and there were like a line of people at like 3 a.m. Waiting for the grand opening. Let's see. Cooter made it. I hope it was a good breakfast. It looked delicious from the photo, or from the what you explained. Jenny says, are you going to be putting up a small Christmas tree with some Cubs cards hanging, or what decorations should we expect? I don't have a small Christmas tree. I will probably put the Christmas tree up tonight. My wife leaves for Florida Tuesday. So I will definitely have to put it up before Tuesday. But I don't have like a small tree. So I'm not like a big decorator. Are you shocked? But we do like basically our Christmas decor is well, my wife does a little bit. We have a couple like odd things that we'll put on like tables. But we do a wreath on the front door. We do a tree. We have a menorah for Hanukkah, which begins, I believe, December 18th. I know Rich can help me out on that. So we will do that. And then, a couple small things. Stockings, Christmas stockings over the fireplace. Big Harv, nice early afternoon Christmas party. Heck yeah. Rich says, and don't harass Jenny. We have one nitwit do that this week, and that was two people too many. Let's see. Absolutely agree with that. Rich says, my LCS is doing a Secret Santa promotion in conjunction with his family of card stores in the area. They had like 75 people sign up, and my victim is someone I know who has actually given me 2 large donations over the years. Very nice. So I'll toss in some extra goodies for him. Zach says, stopped at a gas station, safely commenting that telling people you will be spread out on the floor in your rec room may not increase viewership. I will wear clothes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but will we be opening Secret Santa? I think so. Let's see. Herman says, I'll have to enjoy from the background. Herman, unfortunately, not unfortunately, I shouldn't say that. He's going to be at a Christmas concert. So for his, I believe his daughter. So that's fun. Let's see. Rich says, it's a holiday party. You know who has to make a guest appearance in his stream? The Mrs. and Biscuit. I will try to pull that off. I don't know if that'll Biscuit for sure. Let's see. Rich says, yes, that's them on the fries, animal style. Okay, so let's see. 18th is correct. Bo knows. Let's see. Okay, so animal style, yeah. So speaking of Christmas parties, I was at the Club 400 Christmas party on Friday night. So for those that don't know, I've talked about Club 400 a lot. For those that don't know, Club 400 is basically a guy's basement, okay? But that doesn't do it justice. It's about a 3,000 square foot basement. And it has, he's got a full-size Golden Tee arcade game. He's got a pinball machine, another arcade game. Let's see. He's got, like in his bathroom, I looked up one of the first times I was at Club 400, and I've been there at least a dozen times now, maybe 15 times. I look up, and in the bathroom, autographed, like in the corner of the bathroom. Like that would be a centerpiece to most people's collections. And it's just hanging out. He's got a TV above the urinal in one of the bathrooms, in the men's bathroom downstairs. He's got a couple showcases with just a lot of his like personal memorabilia, like photos of him as a kid, but also like game used cleats and old game cards. He's got an autographed Mickey Mantle baseball. He's got autographed baseballs all over, game signed jerseys. His bar, he's got like an actual bar, and the bar, like the underneath the bar, is game used bats. Every bat is a game used Cubs bat. So there's over 100 game used bats around the bar. He has the organ, the actual organ that was played at Wrigley Field by Gary Pressey in his basement. He's got a home plate like that's actual embedded into the floor. Like it in all of this, saying all of this still does not do this basement justice. And basically, he raises money for charities and hosts events, these parties. And he's raised $750,000 for charities. $750,000. So yeah, Jenny says, he's been amazing interiors. He was featured on that show, which is on Netflix. There's several videos. If you just Google Club 400 Cubs, it'll pop up. Some of the parties, my very first party I went to was Bill Buckner and Ray Burris. Let's see. He's had Ben Zobrist. I don't think Chris Bryant has ever been there. Anthony Rizzo has been there. Javi Baez has been there. Marcus Stroman, Christopher Morel, Kyle Schwarber, Tom Ricketts has been there a few times. Mark Grace. I think Sandberg was there in the early days. Lee Smith was there in the early days. Oh my gosh, who else has been there? Carlos Zambrano, Wilson Contreras, Miguel Montero, Carl Edwards Jr. Thank you, Jenny. CJ Edwards. I was on my honeymoon, so I missed that party. Let's see. I missed the Morel party also. Pedro Strop has been there. The list goes on. We had Joe Pepitone. That was a good one. Joe Pepitone, Randy Hundley, Gary Matthews, Bobby Dernier. They were all there with Zobrist, and who was Ray Burris. So that was a fun one. Mike Remlinger came like just as a guest, former all-star Mike Remlinger. So he's raised a ton of money. So this party was Brennen Davis, who's one of the Cubs' top prospects, and Cole Franklin, another top prospect. So it was Friday night, the Club 400 Christmas party. Also, just casually, some of the guests that are there, Ray Burris. Ray Burris comes to like every party. So Ray Burris is like now just a friend. Let's see. No Chico Walker, though. John Benedick, who's the Cubs organist. And I showed a video of him doing a Christmas song on like an actual Wrigley organ. Let's see. Wayne Messmer, who sings the national anthem. He and his wife, Kathleen, came. Let's see. Andrew Berlin, who's the owner of the South Bend Cubs, came. I actually had a very nice conversation with him. Really nice guy. Loves base. Sometimes you think, and he's also owner of a major company, Berlin Plastics, and you think like these suits, they're going to be like stuffy, and like he was just like one of us. Very nice guy. Kyle Hendricks. So here's another funny thing. Kyle Hendricks' dad comes to like every party. And I don't think Kyle Hendricks has ever been to a party. I don't know if Kyle's just not like a social guy, like he just doesn't like the spotlight, but his dad, John, comes out to every party. So it's pretty cool. So Brennen and Kohl, Brennen signed a lot of stuff for me over the years. So it's like, I don't know. I've got a baseball. I've got several baseball cards. I even have some 8x10 signed by Brennen Davis. Well, he's under an autograph contract to where all of his autographs had to be personalized. So I wanted to have it like, I didn't want to just, initially I'm like, I'll just take a card. The new Topps Heritage Miners card. But it's like, I want it to be, it's like, this is just a card that I have like 20 of. So I wanted a little more personal touch. And I've taken some photos of Brennen at spring training. And so I took and I think it's a cool picture. And it's probably, I know there's, I think it's cool, and that's all that matters. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to print this photo as an 8x10 and have it signed because it's going to be personalized. So I want it to be a personal memento, not just a card that I have 30 of. That's not personal to me. This photo I took, it's personal. And it's like, I can frame it and put it in my office. And Brennen Davis is such a really nice guy, kid. So I went to the Walgreens app, and I think I shared the story about how it's an 8x10 they couldn't find. Anyway, so I thought I printed it out in color, and I changed it to black and white. I love black and white photos. And it ended up printed in black and white. I thought I printed it in color, but it came out in black and white. And I'm like, okay, maybe like in a silver Sharpie. What's cool is when I took this up, is Brennen automatically grabbed like the silver paint pen because I didn't provide one. And I figured, I thought my buddy Dave would have one. He's like, nah, he has like every color marker. there. So I'm like, okay. And he just, Brennen automatically grabbed the silver Sharpie, signed, didn't even have to tell him where to sign, like everything, like he knows what he's doing. Like he's signed enough. So this was the photo I had signed. So it's a black and white photo. I took this at spring training 2020. There you go. Tubo, Brennen Davis. And I think it's a cool photo. So I'm going to get it framed. Well, I'm just going to buy a frame and put it in a frame and hang it in my office at the new house. So when I looked through my photos from spring, good photos. Like I had a photo, but it was not a good photo. So I took a Heritage Miners card, which I think I have a couple signed already. So I may just gift it to somebody. So got the Cole Franklin Heritage Miner sign, which I think it's still it's in a top loader, but I think it's still in my jeans pocket from Friday night. So I need to make sure I dig that card out before I throw it in the washing machine. So that was the Club 400 Christmas party. It's just so much fun. It's become a family, and I know it's like, we say hobby family and all that. And I know it's cheesy for some people, but it's really true. And my first, I met Stu through my buddy Dave at the Cubs convention back in 2017 after the World Series. And Stu is just such an awesome guy. So I went to my first, actually it was probably the year before. And then I went to my first, I think I met him before the World Series 2016 Cubs convention. Cubs win that year. And then 2017 was my first Club 400 party. I was supposed to go to an event with, I think, Pat Hughes, the radio play-by-play announcer. But it was like 30 below wind chills. And I'm like, I'm not going to go. So then I went like a month later to the Bill Buckner event. And that was like the lead off to Cubs convention. And so, and it's funny, and Dave and I were talking about this because it's like, well, we'll see each other at the Cubs convention. And he mentioned, he's like, it's kind of cool because it's been a few years since the Cubs convention, and we didn't really become friends with a lot of our Club 400 quote family until like right before COVID, or, it was probably probably 2020 Cubs convention. I knew a lot of them. Because then, no, I didn't hang out with them in 2020 at spring training, or did I? I can't. Anyway, I digress. But now we know, and we've been to several parties, in the last 3 years since the last Cubs convention. So it's going to be really cool because we become, good friends with. And he mentioned, like, back in 2017, 18, 19, it's like we'd go to Cubs convention and we would see these people that, hey, I think I've seen them at like all the Club 400 parties. And that's why I also like these smaller parties, because they're more intimate. Like you get to actually talk to people. Where the big parties with Javi Baez, Wilson Contreras, Kyle Schwarber, it's cool because they're like the superstar players, but there's also like 300 people, and it's just kind of like all over the place. Whereas a small party like Friday night, you really get to, and you also get to, like, Brennen Davis and Cole Franklin were just walking through the room and hanging out and taking shots and drinking a beer. You don't get that with like the superstars. They like get ushered in like the Cubs convention, with people blocking, don't touch him, all that stuff. Whereas, the smaller parties, the guys are like, we don't need that stuff. We're just going to hang out. So that's what I like about the small parties. You get to know the people, they become family and all that. So it was a good time. Drink a lot of Club 400 lager, had a headache yesterday, drank some Gatorade, ate some Casey's breakfast pizza, and here we are today. So, awesome time. So my next Cubs event will be Cubs convention, which is like, I think the second weekend in January. I know Victor's going to be there, so it'll be awesome to catch up with Victor. Actually, I'll see Victor in a couple weeks at the Madison Card Show, which is Saturday, December 17th, a week from the Couch People Christmas party. I need to get my Facebook ad up and running because it wasn't on the business card schedules. So that's Saturday, December 17th, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive, 125 tables, free admission, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Saturday, December 17th. Again, the Couch People Christmas party is next Saturday, December 10th. We'll probably start things off at about 4 p.m. Central, roll it until about 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Central. Just going to come on and rip wax, and you're all invited to do the same or just hang out on the StreamYard. Back at it normal time, Monday through Friday of this week. There still will be a Hobby Evolution Saturday morning. So there'll be a lot of content on this channel next Saturday. Let's see. Later today, I've got my wife and I are picking up some tables that'll be used in my eBay storeroom at the next house. A lot of shelving units, like the heavy duty shelving we bought from a client of hers. So we're picking up a moving truck in about an hour to pick all that stuff up and then store it in her mom's garage for a month. And then once we close at the end of this month, we'll put it in the garage at the new house. So that's what's up today. Matt says Royals Fan Fest has been canceled again this year. White Sox canceled their Fan Fest. I was really afraid that the Cubs were going to cancel their convention. Like when they announced that, hey, Cubs convention is coming back, I was shocked. I thought it was done. Like I thought it was canceled, and I had pretty much resigned to the fact that Cubs convention is over and it's never happening again, at least in its current form. And I thought, well, it's coming back, but it's going to be probably at the Hotel Zachary next to Wrigley Field. It's going to be much smaller. It's not going to be a 3-day. It might be a 1-day event. And sure enough, it's back at the Sheraton, back as it once was. Well, from what we know. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. Matt's not a big fan of the new owner so far. That stinks. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. It was mostly food chat, which is always fun. But I just wanted to recap Club 400, another success, fun night, and can't wait for the next one. I did. Ethan Roberts wants to come out, so I said I'll introduce him. So Stu made a video. Stu came because I had mentioned to Stu, and he's like, "Oh, we have to get him out here." And as soon as I walk in the door, we said our hellos, and he's like, "Hey, let's do an invite for Ethan." So I recorded like a 30-second video, and I sent it to Ethan, and he's like, I'm in. So we're going to introduce Ethan and Stu at the Cubs convention and get something lined up for hopefully Ethan will be back in Chicago, hopefully in July. He's coming off Tommy John. So hopefully can get him back in game action in Chicago sometime in July. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Back at tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central for Hobby Evolution. Have a great Sunday. Go flipping Bears. Even though I want that number 2 overall pick, we can't let the Packers beat us. So go Bears. Normally I'd be rooting for a loss this time of year, especially fighting for that low draft pick or high draft pick, that number 2 pick. Andrew, hello and goodbye. We've got to have the Bears beat the Packers today. Even though I want the Bears to get that number 2 overall pick, have to beat the Packers. So go Bears. Have a great Sunday. Talk to you tomorrow.